wanted to see what I do at work. This is a big extension that we're doing, and at the minute there's a bit of health and safety regs going on because there's no scaffolding, so I've got to build it overhand. So show you the sort of shit that I get up to. You like capitalism, don't you? No. You like capitalism. You are? Obviously, in the UK, this happens a lot. It's fucking wet. Guys, I'm back, and I got piss wet through because I've been at work today. I think I'm going to show you a little bit of that, but I took a few videos on my phone. I should have took more, but it wasn't really a good day to do it. My hands are all buildery and dry. But yeah, so now it's time to go train, and I'm going to train push today. Training on my own, so I'm going to film every exercise, and then I'm probably going to do like a bit of a talk over it at the end. But yeah, I just wanted to show everyone, and a lot of people have been asking for it as well, to be fair. They wanted to see what I do for like a Monday to Friday job, like what I've been doing for years and how I pay my bills, because bodybuilding is an expensive sport. And on Instagram I might come across like someone who's just a coach and just trains and live that lifestyle, which I do, but I'm not a full-time coach, not yet. I'm that 95% of the population that is, you know, still has to go out there and make a living, whether they like the job or not. So yeah, a lot of my friends were like, you should show that more, because a lot of people will relate to it and they'll like it. So I just thought I'd show a little bit of it. And yeah, so I'll try and show a little bit more, even though I'm not like, I enjoy it and I'm super grateful for it. Like, it's taught me a lot of things of like discipline and hard work and things like that. It's helped me, you know, pay a mortgage, buy a dog, live the life that I live, which I love, that I'm grateful for. So yeah, I'm grateful for it, but ultimately it doesn't fill me with what's the word, fulfillment. Yeah, it doesn't fulfill me. It's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's not what I'm born to do, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, enough of the rubbish. Let's go train. Let's go fucking move some heavy shit. So I always start my sessions with a 5 to 10 minute walk on the treadmill. This is purely just to improve the blood circulation around the body, and it's also to just get really zoned in and focus in on what I've got to do for the session. I've been starting my sessions with core work just to help with my stability, core bracing, and just a better overall posture, and my midsection on stage as well. I'll just do 3 sets of 10 to 15 here. Nothing heavy, just really light, just controlling that midsection. So the first exercise here is the prime seated delt lateral raise. I have the camp belt setting on number 5, which is the beginning middle range. So that's going to load you in the lengthened position. Now that's where hypertrophy is going to occur. In any sort of muscle, we want to sort of load it in the lengthened part of the range. That doesn't mean that there isn't a place to load it in the shortened part of the range, but for muscle growth, we definitely want to be focusing on trying to make those exercises harder where the muscle is lengthened. So like with most exercises, you really want to be controlling that eccentric on the way down, and just a really good drive on the way up. Now we're moving on to the incline press. This is a plate loaded one. And what you can see me doing here is putting some little brackets underneath so that when I lift it off, I'm in a much better position to do so. The reason being, when I pull it back down and they aren't there, I can get a full stretch like you just saw. So this just gets me in a better starting position to lift off. So that's a little tip you can maybe take away from this. Like I said before, we want to try and load the muscle in the lengthened position as much as possible. That's where the growth is really going to occur. So now I'm just warming up. I'm going to bang some more weight on it and move up. So you'll see when I lift it up, them little brackets fall off. And now I'm ready. When I bring it down, it can stretch all the way down. This is actually my back off set. I forgot to record my top set. But you can clearly see, just controlling that eccentric, pause in the stretch position, really getting the most out of it, and then driving up hard, squeezing at the top, pushing them biceps into that pec. I've started using this Gym Leco as my flat press movement. Reason being, it converges to the middle. So you know when you're using like a Smith press, your arms are going to stay the same distance apart the whole way through. You can see at the end of this movement, my hands are really close together, and that's really, really good because that's going to help you be able to push your biceps into your pec and get a much better squeeze. And as well, this machine is humbling as fuck. Like, it gets really heavy really quick. Great machine if you haven't tried it. You get a really good stretch, but you can do this using dumbbells or whatever, but it's just good to get this conversion in, whereas with the Smith press you're not going to get that. Next up, we have the dumbbell shoulder press. I asked this guy to help lift them up for me. This is my top set. Sometimes you just can't beat a good old free weight exercise. Machines are fucking great, but if you can and you get a good connection on free weight, sometimes they're just unbeatable. This works really well for me. I can get a deep stretch. I can really target my my delts. Biggest tip for me is look up towards the ceiling and just imagine that you're pushing all the way up towards that ceiling. You'll notice that I'm staring upwards, I'm not looking forwards, focusing on what I'm doing. This is one of them exercises where you've got to focus on what you're doing. This is my back off set, so it's a little bit lighter. I can quite easily kick these up. So I'm just really focusing on the contraction and the eccentric. As you can see, nice and controlled, nothing sloppy. Don't be scared to swap out machines for free weights. Sometimes they're unbeatable. I think you've just got to be careful when you go in heavy. There is a greater risk of injury. But if you train smart and try not to, ego lift, you should be absolutely fine. Now we're on to the pec fly. On my other push session, this is at the beginning. So, a lot of the time when I program someone's session and there's two push sessions in there, for example, things are flipped back to front. That allows everything to get stronger 1 week at the start, and then the next week we'll flip it round, and then all them exercises that are at the back, we'll do it back to front. So these are at the end of this session, and you'll notice that I'm not actually holding the handles. Oh my God, he's doing it wrong. Now I just get a better connection doing it like this. I can close my arms closer together, get a way better contraction on my pecs. If I get some stick for this, I don't really care. I think it's great. You should try it for yourself. Let me know what you think. So now we're on to the last exercise, or the last few exercises. I think this is the last one that I recorded. Single arm tricep push down. I'm using a rope. You'll notice that I've angled myself on this machine in a certain way. Rather than standing upright, the way that I'm doing this, it allows for constant tension on the tricep. So imagine the camp belt and we have it on the setting number 5, so that the tension is in the beginning middle range. That's basically what I'm doing here. So I'm aligning my body so that there's going to be tension in the stretch position, and all the way through as well. Whereas if I'm stood upright, there's not going to be that much tension at the beginning, and it's going to be all at the end. You'll see what I mean. That's how I see it, a lot of exercises now, whether it's free weights or cables. We're basically just thinking about it mechanically, which way is going to be better for me to cause the most tension on that muscle as humanly possible. So things like this, there can be like little tweaks and positions that you can put yourself in to really get the most out of that. So you'll see now that the cable is in line with my tricep, so that when I come up right there, I'm getting a full stretch on my tricep. I can drive out of that position. Whereas if my feet were a couple of steps forward and I was stood upright, not leaning on anything, I'm not really going to get that much tension on the stretch part of the exercise. And last but not least for today, a side lateral raises. Now I normally do this lying cuff with the cables, but it was very busy and they were taken, so I decided to do it with the good old dumbbells, seeing as I'd already done some free weights. I do normally do this facing the bench and resting my chest on the bench, but I figured I'm going to try it this way today. So I'm really pushing my shoulder blades back into the pad. My arse is forward ever so slightly, chest upwards towards the ceiling, and I'm just imagining dragging those dumbbells up across the wall, keeping my arms nice and straight. You can have a slight little bend in it, but just really controlling that eccentric and that drive up. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.